Our next speaker, and I'm not going to butcher Brayden's last name, so I'm going to call Brayden from Transcend the Binary. This is an organization that's sprung out of Gender Identity Network Alliance, along with Darnell Jones, who is here in spirit.
Thank you, Michelle.
What's your last name?
My last name is Brayden Misiolek, so there we go. It doesn't sound how it's spelled, so I don't fault Michelle at all. You know, I've been thinking a lot about what to say today. I think that for our community, this is a really trying time, right? This is really hard. We hear these things happen in the national assigned to us. We already know what it feels like to come out and have your identity and yourself be questioned and invalidated. This is not new. To see this happen at the national level, this is the time where we not just need allies in our lives who say, hey, you're trans, I'm cool with you. We need allies who will not just understand, but do something. I don't know if anyone followed in terms of the Supreme Court, but former Justice Sandra Day O'Connor, she released a letter earlier this week. It was her last words within the public specter, where she wanted to pass on, while she still has the ability, to communicate her thoughts and perspectives as she's battling dementia. Her final words for the U.S. political national sphere was that it's not enough to understand. You must do something. Thank you. Something starts with us, the community. Something starts with us working across different disciplines, different groups, different organizations. We all stand at the intersection of privileges and disadvantages. And what we do with that privilege matters. Let's get a round of applause for that, right? Leverage your privilege, people. I have privilege. We all have different privileges, but equality is not one until everyone has equality. But what does equality mean, right? What does equality mean? It's not just access, right? You can't have equal access until you address implicit bias, right? That's how systems of oppression continue to replicate. What can we do to learn from our own implicit bias and reject that? So that way we can be allies to one another as community members, right? Yeah. Allies to one another. It starts and ends with us. I'm here today on behalf of Transcend, a grassroots, trans-led activist organization, and it is so amazing to see everyone here today. We know what it feels like to have trans voices and trans contributions minimized. We know what it's like to not be heard. But now we demand for more, and we are not going to stop. The movement is alive with us, with each and every one of us. The movement is alive. We can keep this going forward. As Brandy said, in 2020, in 2021, we must continue, not until things just don't negatively impact us as individuals, but until they don't impact anyone across intersectional lines within our community. The movement is with us. We must work to self-reflect and figure out where our own bias is and what is our duty and responsibility to manage that. We must work to platform one another, to empower one another. We have the ability to, we are brilliant, right? We are brilliant, and we can take that message moving forward. Thank you so much for coming here today. It is amazing to stand with all of you, and an honor, and on behalf of Transcend the Binary, thank you for coming out today. We are with you in solidarity and love and empowerment and support. Thank you.
I want to take a minute just to kind of piggyback off what he said in recognizing privilege and recognizing how to use it. I think it's very important that we explore that, Because recognizing is one thing, but using it in the proper way is a whole nother ball game. So there's a time where you can use your white privilege, and there's a time when you also should step back and not use your white privilege and allow the voices that are dismissed, that are not heard, that are not called, so to speak, to the table to have a voice in the decision making and in the things that you historically have. So that's what I want you to remember. It's one thing to identify the white privilege, but it's also another in how you execute it that really, really matters.
Okay.